Se io credessi che mia risposta fosse a persona che mai tornasse al mondo, ma penso che giammai di questa fosse, servì qualcuno, senza tema di fondo ti rispondo. Wait, it's time for T.S. Eliot, the T.S. Eliot love song for Alfred Prufrock.
Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread around the sky, like a painting that roses up on the table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the murmuring retreats of restless nights in white cheap hotels and soulless restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious army of insidious intent to lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask. Is it? Let us go and make our visit.
The room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo.
And indeed, there will be time for the yellow smoke that slides along the street, driving its back up at the window panes. There will be time to prepare a face, to meet the faces that you meet. There will be time to market and create, and time for all the works and days of pens that lift and drop a question on your plate. Time for you, and time for me, and time yet for 100 indecisions, and for 100 visions and revisions before the taking of a toast and tea.
I grow old, I grow old. The room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo.
And indeed there will be time to wonder.
Do I dare?
And
Do I dare?
they will say,
How his hair is glowing.
they will say,
But how his arms and legs are thin!
I grow old, I grow old. I shall wear the buttons of my trousers rolled.
I do not think that they will sing to me. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea, by seagulls written with seaweeds red and brown, through human voices wake us, and we drown.
Hello everybody, I am W.H. Alden. We met before. Like many of those present here, I also learned many other lessons from Maestro Alden. This is what I learned about love and death as I walked out one evening. Walking down Rainbow Street, the crowds up on the pavement were filled with harvest wheat, and down by the brilliant river, I heard an overseeing under an arch of the railway.
I love you, dear.
the world.
But all the clocks in the city began to work and shine.
Oh, let no time deceive you. You cannot conquer time. In the burrows of the nightmare, where justice naked is, time watches you and cuts when you will kiss.
Felix and worry, sexy life slips away, and time will have his fancy tomorrow or today.
Oh, plunge your hands in water, plunge them into the race. Stare in the basin, and wonder what you've missed.
Oh, look in the mirror. Oh, look in your distress. Life remains a blessing, although we cannot bless.
It was late in the evening. The lovers, they were gone. The clocks had ceased their chiming, and the deep river ran.
Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself, for Lucy had her work cut out for her. The doors could be taking off their hinges. Franklin Mayor's men were coming. And then, thought Clarissa Dalloway,
What a warning!
dressed as a visual to children on a beach.
What an art! What a plant!
For so it had always seemed to her when, with a little squeak of the hinges, which she could hear now, she had burst open the open window and plunged at Burton into the open air. How fresh, how calm, stiller than this, of course. The air was in the early morning, like the flap of a wave. That kiss of a wave, chill and sharp, and yet, for a girl of 18 as she then was, solemn, feeling as she did, standing there at the open window, that something awful was about to happen, looking at the flowers, at the trees with the smoke winding off them, and the rooks rising, falling, standing and looking, until Peter Walsh said,
Mio cinnamon vegetables?
Was that it?
I prefer men to cauliflowers.
Was that it? He must have said it at breakfast one morning, when she had gone out onto the terrace. Peter Walsh. He would be back from India one of these days.
June or July, she forgot which, for his letters were awfully dull. It was his sayings one remembered, his eyes, his pocket knife, his smile, his grumpiness. And when millions of things had utterly vanished,
How strange it was. I feel saying like this about cavities.
my name is Virginia Woolf, and that was the beginning of Mrs. Dalloway.